Funding for Shaperillis is provided by
Rocket Money, the sponsor of today's video. More on them later.
Well, I guess you could say I pulled up a little late to the party with this one. Waka waka. Alright, let's go. I actually watched K-Pop Demon Hunters on the day it came out. Said, yeah, that was good, and didn't really feel the need to make a video on it at any points. Not that much to add, you know? But a funny thing happened. I enjoyed the songs on my first time viewing the film, and then over the course of the next few months, I ever so slowly started to get those earworms playing in my head non-stop. I don't know if anyone else had this delayed reaction to the songs, but they kind of snuck up on me as I started to realize, oh yeah, these are fire. Now I listen to most of them all the time, and I figured why not actually give the people what they want and talk about this movie by ranking its outstanding songs. This seemed like a fun thing to do because all of them are at the very least good. There really isn't a single dud in this track list, which is kind of incredible. Now, just to keep things simple, I'm only going to be ranking the 7 songs that have associated musical numbers within the movie itself. So that's How It's Done, Golden, Soda Pop, Takedown, Free, Your Idol, and What It Sounds Like. Strategy is a fun, catchy, poppy song, but it wasn't written for the movie and it doesn't feature in the plot. Love Maybe is similarly a pre-existing song, but I honestly really love that one. I listen to it all the time now. Path is pretty decent and chill. There's, The Score Suite. That's part of the soundtrack too, okay. Do I need to talk about Jinu's Lament? I don't know why they didn't give him a real song here, but I guess it wouldn't have fit in with the other songs that double as pieces of musical theater and K-pop. That's another thing I wanted to mention for the ranking. Primarily, I'm going to be looking at how these songs function as songs. Obviously, I would like them to suit the story, but K-Pop Demon Hunters is unique compared to other animated musicals in the sense that these songs are meant to be pop songs. So how they sound is more important to me than how they're integrated into the story and what visuals and scenes are associated with them in the film. I'll be considering that a little bit, but mostly this will be about the music. Now, I have no experience with K-pop, so this will certainly be a departure for me, but this is just how I'd rank the songs based on my sensibilities. I also looked up what all the Korean lyrics meant, so I could get a better understanding of everything they were singing. Alright, let's jump on in, why don't we? Honestly, the hardest part of this list was coming up with a song to take last place. Not that all of them are on the same level for me. Honestly, the top 5 are pretty firmly in the 9 to 10 out of 10 range. And then these bottom 2 are like 7.5s. But damn it, these two gave me the biggest headache trying to choose between them for the bottom spot. I went back and forth so many times, way more than I ever have for the bottom spot of any ranking video in recent memory. Though to be fair, the Adam Sandler video is also giving me trouble deciding on last place, but I digress. In the end, I landed on the song that my friends unanimously convinced me was just ever so weaker than the other one. I didn't want to believe it, but yeah, they're right. The weakest song in K-Pop Demon Hunters, which is still a damn good song, mind you, is What It Sounds Like. We broke into a million pieces and we can't go back, but now we're seeing Peter Griffin and he's smoking crack. Now, I think the way this song is used in the movie is a lot better than the way the other song I flirted with giving last place was implemented. It makes for a really impactful moment seeing the trio come together at the end to fight back against the demons through song. But musically, I think this one just isn't great enough to reach the high standards set by the previous songs. The chorus is good, and I love how the colors stuck inside Zoe's head refer to her creativity, and the jagged edges refer to Mira's edginess. But those could be easily folded into the next chorus, where all 3 of the girls are singing about their colors and jagged edges together. I think that's pretty appropriate. They all have their quirks and their moments of aggravation to some extent, and they're finally proud to be displaying those parts of themselves. I also like the "so we were cowards, so we were liars, so we're not heroes, we're still survivors" part. Again, it's nice to see them acknowledge their flaws in front of everyone, and it signifies their newfound true unity very well. And There's Beauty in the Broken Glass is another nice way of expressing vulnerability. Unfortunately, my main issue with the song is how much more repetitive it is compared to the rest of the songs in the movie. The entire second half is just singing the chorus over and over again, with the bridge being the choir repeating "This is what it sounds like" and the melody of Golden over and over. Look, I love the melody of Golden, and it's used to great effect here. But also, if one of the best parts of this song musically is just lifted entirely from another song, it just makes me want to listen to Golden again. I know it's typical to have little reprises of previous songs in musicals, but since the songs in this movie are meant to function as a hybrid of musical theater and pop, it is kind of a shame that one of the best musical moments here is just straight out of Golden. I don't really care for Fearless and Undefined or Our Voices All Combined, and in general, I think the song has this ever so slight, generically positive and inspiring vibe that I can only describe as Dear Evan Hansen core. It's not nearly on that level. The song absolutely fits the story very well, but it also feels like something that has the potential to be a generic middle schooler rallying cry, in a way I can't really say about the other songs in the film. Just as a disclaimer, I know a lot of middle schoolers are probably singing Golden and being inspired by it, but divorced from that context, this one just feels a little more generically positive. It is a good song overall, don't get me wrong. I really like it, and I will still gladly listen to it over and over again. But I feel like it is just the clear weakest musically. And it's really funny how it describes itself as the song we couldn't write, when it's notably worse than the song they actually wrote for this purpose, Takedown. Plus, the fact that this one comes 20 seconds after Your Idol doesn't do it any favors either. Okay, I promise I love the other songs, and I'll be more positive from here on out. But first, there's one more song that I only like. The main reason I was so stumped on what to rank last is because while What It Sounds Like is awesome within the context of the film, but kinda weaker on the musical side of things, I think Free is a very strong song musically with an absolutely terrible implementation in the film itself. This is the only non-diegetic song in K-pop Demon Hunters where the characters aren't actually performing a musical number within the world. That's fine and all, but look, man, I can't take a more heartfelt, traditional musical theater-y song seriously if it's gonna sound like an overproduced pop number. The transition between Rumi speaking and then singing in that overly auto-tuned and perfect register is so goofy. It just doesn't really feel like it fits the scene, which is also less than inspired. They float up in the air and the background is a Windows screensaver. Wow, that's crazy. This song also isn't off the hook lyrically. I think the chorus hinging on a rhyme between Face It and Weightless is really lame. Slant rhymes are fine, especially in pop music, but this is the chorus, dude. We hear it multiple times and the song ends on it. It's not even that appropriate a use for Weightless. I'm not really a fan of You Say You're No Good, but You're Good For Me either. Just sounds a little silly and juvenile. The way Jinu rhymes with you and you do always gets on my nerves. Not to mention Between Imposter and This Monster. Haha, funny Fall Guys reference. No, I don't mind the use of imposter in general. I just think the grammar here is way too off. I don't know. I swear, I really do like the song though. Yeah, it could be a bit melodramatic and cheesy, but that's part of the appeal, damn it! Pretty much every lyric I complained about is also kinda why I dig this song. It's complicated. I also genuinely like a lot of lyrics. Like, We Can't Fix It If We Never Face It is a great summation of the movie as a whole. I like Jinu's rap bit and how he rhymes You're Breaking and You're Waking. The high notes Rumi hits on the bridge are really cool as well. And in general, I just don't really have any problems musically with this one. It's incredibly catchy and the instruments are pretty uplifting. I enjoy listening to it outside of the film itself more than What It Sounds Like. Though, it's also not quite on the level of obsessive re-listening that the top 5 songs in this film are. Still, this one's a very good pop duet, even if it leaves a lot to be desired as a piece of musical theater. Before we continue on to the bangers, I'm here in person. And if you've seen the top of the video description, you probably know what that means. It's time to talk about a non-mainstream animated film that I want to recommend. Wait, I don't need to be in person for this. Ah, that's better. K-Pop Demon Hunters is cool and all, but there's another Korean animated movie that came out on Netflix this year that I would love for you to check out. It's called Lost in Starlight, and it's a cool sci-fi romance movie set in the year 2050, where a woman works her whole life to get to go to Mars, only to be torn when she finds love on Earth. The visual design of futuristic Korea is really cool and creative, and I was honestly shocked at how natural and well built up the romance was. The film looks gorgeous, it has a great emotional core, and the climax kinda had me floored, not knowing what the hell was gonna happen. It's an absolutely magnificent work of art. Hell, it'll probably make it on my best movies of 2025 list. I don't know if this is as obscure as my usual recommendations, but like, it doesn't even have a Wikipedia article yet, so I think it qualifies. Please give this movie a watch. Again, it's on Netflix, it's not hard to find. Support Korean animation that definitely will not get the same promotion K-Pop Demon Hunters got. I'm also gonna see tons of independent movies at a film festival that I paid way too much money to get admission to. I better start budgeting. And if you've also made a rather large purchase recently and need help budgeting yourself, that's where Rocket Money comes in. Oh, that's why I'm filming this in person, obviously. Rocket Money is an easy-to-use app that helps you save more and manage your money better. I love using Rocket Money to set budgets. You can use the app to create a customized budget in seconds. Here's how it's done. The app shows you where your money is going at all times, and identifies top spending categories with insights on how you can stay within your budget better. Rocket Money will notify you about upcoming charges or when your balance is low to help you avoid overdrafts and late fees. With the app's help, you'll be golden. Want to take down some unwanted subscriptions? Oh, don't you worry. We're gonna talk about how easy Rocket Money makes it to cancel those. Once you connect your bank account, Rocket Money identifies all your subscriptions in a single list. From there, you can select the ones you don't want anymore, and Rocket Money may be able to help you cancel with just a few taps. To save more and spend less, join the over 5 million members using Rocket Money today. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen to get started for free. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, man, I still have 3 more song titles I need to incorporate into this ad read. I'm gonna get some soda pop. Thank you for listening to this segment about Rocket Money. Now you know what it sounds like. Your idol. Okay, now we're on to the true bangers. If you said any of these top 5 was your favorite in the whole movie, I wouldn't even argue with you. These are the songs that are truly firing on all cylinders. Starting with Takedown, a good old-fashioned diss track. I like how we actually see the process of the girls writing it and coming up with ideas as the montage that includes it goes on. It's also used to great effect when it's turned against Rumi by evil Mira and Zoe later on. Most importantly though, it's just fire as a song. It's fast and fluid, and you can hear the resentment in the girls' voices right from the takedown chant at the very start. I also love how it really sounds like they're gonna sing, "I see your real face and it's ugly as shit." Like I always hear that shh sound. It sounds way more like shin instead of sin, as a way of implying the swear they clearly want to sing. The rapid verses are awesome, and the chorus is ridiculously catchy. But that slow buildup in the bridge is also fantastic. There's this real weight behind "how can you sleep or live with yourself." And in general, the way the bridge starts out low and gets higher and higher until it matches how high the chorus was is great. Some of the lyrics can be a little goofy, like, "You break down like what?" Feels like we're really stretching for a slant rhyme there by going, "Oh, what if the demon said what?" as a reaction. I also don't really know what hatred growing out of your veins means, but neither of these are really big deals. I mean, the way they stretch out the word veins gives me life, so I can't complain that much. Overall, this one rules, and I love the twice cover over the ending credits. It's a little weird that this is the credits song when it very much does not reflect the mentality the characters had by the end of the movie, but it sounds really good, so who cares? Crazy how this mops the floor with every song from the last 2 Disney animated movies. And yet, it doesn't even crack the top half of this movie's song ranking. For what it's worth, out of all the songs in this movie, the only one that I literally cannot listen to without singing along to the chorus is Soda Pop. It's exactly as infectious in real life as it's depicted in the movie, which is appropriate since it's the song the demons are trying to hook you in with. And that obviously ties into the clever metaphor at the heart of the song. The fact that all these people are soda pop to the demons. They're gonna drink them up and steal their souls. Their intent is in plain sight, but obscured enough so as to not arouse any real suspicion. But you can hear something demonic going on in the background instrumentals during the Make Me Wanna Flip the Top verse. These sinister notes playing in the background that signify who the Saja boys really are. It reminds me a lot of the eerie music in Lavender Town from Pokemon. Just this odd, haunting melody that unsettles you if you can hear it underneath the pretty normal sounding lyrics. Mainly though, I appreciate this one for being an absolute bop. The soda sound effects are a nice touch, the lyrics are simple but effective, and once again, the chorus is just outstandingly addictive. It's like the song was engineered in a lab to be as catchy as possible, which is perfect for what it's supposed to do in the story. This is also one of the most fun songs visually in the movie itself, with the choreography being cool to watch, and the finale where the giant soda can turns everything pink being pretty rad. There's not really a whole lot else to say. The song and its lyrics are pretty intentionally shallow, but it's absurdly addictive and wonderful to listen to. Now, as a sharp contrast to Soda Pop, Golden is a song I literally never try and sing along to, because oh my god, how is it even humanly possible to belt that high note? Yeah, you might have heard of this song. It's pretty decently well known. It even got a Kids Bop version, which, guys, I don't know if you know this, but K-Pop Demon Hunters is a kids movie. Oh, but the Kids Bop version got rid of those icky Korean lyrics. Oh, thank God. Kids don't like singing anything in Korean. That's why this movie and its songs are so unpopular. Wait a minute. So yeah, I love Golden. It's pretty worth the hype. Right from that lovely symphonic instrumental buildup, it really sucks you in before providing Rumi, Zoe, and Mira's initial fears that they allegedly got past because of their superstardom. According to Genius Lyrics, the Korean lyric Rumi sings at the beginning roughly translates to "in the darkness, a pressured path." And that's a compelling way to express how her future as a half-demon child seemed so dark, and that hiding it and becoming a huntress was the only way forward. Mira and Zoe's parts are pretty straightforward, but awesome nonetheless. I love the rhyme of problem child and got too wild. And I love her acknowledging how remaining brash and headstrong against her family's wishes is how she's getting paid. The chorus, you already know, man. It's uplifting and exciting and addictive to listen to over and over. It's cool how Golden not only refers to the girl's success, but also the Golden Han Moon. I love when the demon hunting terminology is there in plain sight right in these songs. The ups sound outstanding, and do I even need to talk about the Born to Be? Again, inhuman. The Korean in the chorus also translates to unbreakable forever, and I think that's so sweet. In terms of the song's use in the movie, it plays pretty prominently in two scenes. The launch of the music video towards the beginning, where it's alright at first, gets interrupted by people a lot and doesn't have a lot of meaning at that point. But it's during this first instance of the song where the movie really hooks you in with that crucial twist. Demon Rumi. Revealing it backstage during a slower portion of the song is so clever. It's a great way to integrate the pop number into the plot, like a typical musical would. But miraculously, I think this slower portion fits in very nicely if you're just listening to the song on its own as a pop number. It's not easy to pull that off, but it's a great moment of pure vulnerability for Rumi and the song as a whole to slow down and then gradually build themselves back up, making the next chorus and series of ridiculously high notes even more satisfying. This is like what I was saying about how I don't mind the build-up they added to the ending of Defying Gravity in the movie version of Wicked. It just makes it hit all the harder in the end, where you do get those incredible vocals. Yeah, this song truly is the real deal. I don't really follow music that much, but I saw a lot of people online complaining that there was no Song of the Summer in 2025. It was Golden. Just look at any chart. It was very obviously Golden. Oh, but that was made by a fictional band. Yeah, that's so true. The song was absolutely not written and performed by real people. It just spawned out of thin air alongside this movie. Grow up. Anyway, I wouldn't mind if this took Best Original Song at the Oscars this year. I can't think of anything better to wash the taste of last year's winner out of my mouth. With that said, yes, somehow I loved 2 other songs from this movie even more, dude. You know that I'm kind of obsessed with Your Idol because I made an AMV of King K. Rool singing it on my second channel. You should watch that, TBH. I like seeing my AMVs get more views whenever I mention them in a main channel video. Anyway, Your Idol is an outstanding villain song. One for the ages. First off, I just love the nature of the Saja boys going full mask off and dressing as demons for this number. It doesn't matter anymore. No need to hide it. We are here for your soul and you're okay with that. The Dies Irae in the opening is sick as hell. And I love how while the song is primarily sung to the fans, it can also be interpreted as a diss track to Huntrix, and specifically Rumi. Thank you for the pain cause it got me going viral is delicious. I thought it was kind of a cringy lyric at first, but nah, that rules. So does I'm the only one who'll love your sins. Feel the way my voice gets underneath your skin. Again, it's general, but it also feels like Genu directly talking to Rumi. As if to say, he'll accept her even if Mira and Zoe don't. And yet, he also takes pride in getting underneath her skin. Just fire, dude. The lyrics, don't let it show, keep it all inside, the pain and the shame, keep it out of sight, are another sinister way to clap back at Huntrix. Ironically, by echoing the same advice Celine gave them all these years. It also makes for a good contrast with the song that comes directly after this one, What It Sounds Like, which refuses this mindset. Alright, enough about Huntrix. This song also works insanely well as the masked demon soul-sucking number. Right from the start, the Saja boys declare that their music has completely consumed the public. Anytime it hurts, play another verse. Don't cope with any of your issues in a healthy manner. Just keep consuming our music as we consume you. Everyone fell in love with them during Soda Pop, but this is a much deeper, more unhealthy obsession. All you had to do to enjoy Soda Pop was give them your heart. But now they've come for your pickle. Soul. Another great lyric is, I will make you free when you're all a part of me. Obviously, it's chilling to finally hear the group's intent to make everyone's souls a part of Gima. But also, the use of the word free. Coming right after the romantic duet that Genu sang about wanting to be free. It's crazy to hear that word get twisted like this. And the chorus is gnarly, man. Preaching to the choir is an awesome way of expressing how consumed everyone already is. And can I get the mic a little higher? Just goes so hard. I think what especially makes this song so potent is the progression in the chorus. It's like you're descending further and further as the song goes on. And you can see that reflected in the lyric change from Don't You Know I'm Here to Save You to No One Is Coming to Save You. Same with I'm All You Need to Down on Your Knees. It's not just the lyrics either. That key change in the final chorus is electric. And that's not even getting into the choreography and the camera work. And the fact that this is the reddest song in the movie by far. Maybe I should have been ranking these songs by how red they are. Oops. Honestly, it's just a slam dunk on every front. Bursting at the seams with maliciousness without sacrificing that poppy sound. It just rules. But there's one other song from the movie I loved even better. Yeah, this was a pretty easy number one for me. How it's done is the movie's music firing on all cylinders, right from the get-go, in this fast-paced, electric as all hell song that perfectly introduces the main characters and what they're all about. It definitely helps that this song has, by far, the coolest sequence in the film, with this fluid and sick fight scene that really hooked me right away. But even on its own, musically, it's just so sublime. As a serial lyric nitpicker, I tried scanning this song for any lyrics I considered subpar in the slightest, but honestly, I got nothing. The flow in this song is seriously so good, and at such a rapid pace too. It's so exhilarating, it never gives you a chance to catch your breath. And that's what's so perfect about it. Some of these lyrics, dude. Bleeding isn't in my blood. Oh, that's so awesome. I love better sit down for the show, cause I'm gonna show you. As well as so many other uses of tons of rhymes at once. Run up, you done up, we come up from sun up. Body, naughty, sorry. I just can't believe how many internal rhymes they cram into this thing, with all of it flowing so naturally. The Korean lyrics fit in so well too. And like, in general, I wanted to say what an awesome feat it is to write such amazing songs that switch between two different languages. This compliment applies to most of the songs in this movie, except for, ironically enough, the two that I don't think are as good as the others. Free and What It Sounds Like are the only songs with no Korean lyrics in them, and I think they're the weakest. Crazy coincidence there. Anyway, this song also does an amazing job of getting across the personalities of all the girls. I like Rumi's bridge towards the end that gives us a glimpse of her more inspirational sound that she builds upon in Golden, Free, and What It Sounds Like. But Mira and Zoe's bits really steal the show for me here. I love the animalistic expression Mira puts forth with, "I don't talk, I bite, full of venom." And there is something so satisfying on the delivery of "Big check for my napalm era" every time I hear it. Oh, but Zoe though. I haven't really had an opportunity yet to make it clear, since Zoe and Mira only really get significant moments to stand out in this song. But Zoe is the best member of Huntrix, and if you disagree, you are wrong. Dude, her bits are so good. I love the rapid Rambo rap towards the end, but nothing compares to the cute and savage part. The way her VA delivers it just sounds squishy, for lack of a better word. Like, if the vocal delivery on Cute and Savage had a physical form, it would be so soft and squishy in comparison to the way Mira delivers her lines, which will probably prick your finger if you try touching them. I don't know how else to describe it. Okay, but the real best part for me is "Mirror, mirror on my phone, who's the baddest? Us, hello." Dude, Zoe's so fucking cool. Oh my god. This moment lives rent-free in my head. It's just, I don't know. I stand Zoe so hard. I will play as her in Fortnite for the next 100 matches. But like, going back to explaining why this is my favorite song, it's the fact that it really allows all three girls the chance to shine, compared to the other ones, which feel more like roomy songs featuring Mira and Zoe. The only other one that feels remotely balanced between them all is Takedown. But even then, there's just way more chances for Mira and Zoe's personalities to come out in this one. Couple that with all its other positives I already mentioned, and you've got a truly stellar opening song that absolutely stands as my favorite in all of K-pop Demon Hunters. So that's my ranking, and I'm only just now realizing that with the exception of Your Idol, my ranking pretty much just consists of all the songs getting weaker and weaker as the movie goes on. Oops! Well, it's not like any of them are disappointments in the game of life or anything. They're all good, like I said. But even before I became obsessed with them all when I watched the film for the first time, I do remember thinking, yeah, the first song was the best one. And that's still true for me. Regardless, I'd love to know what your opinions on how these songs should be ranked are in the comments. Seriously, I don't usually say that, but this is such an interesting case of a soundtrack with nothing but bangers where I don't know if there's a general consensus on what the worst and the best songs are. Actually, no, Golden's probably the fan favorite. Never mind. But what's the second biggest fan favorite? I don't know. You tell me. Anyway, that's about it. I had an idea for another video later down the line that would require me to talk about K-pop Demon Hunters again. So maybe when I get around to that, I'll give my full thoughts on the movie as a whole. Could be a while though, because I got a busy last few months of the year. Then Best of 2025 season in January, and Oscar season right after that. But this probably won't be the last I talk about this movie. Don't worry. Good night, Korea.